The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Lacy. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team. But he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there have been a lot of coaches who've made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
At the Browns, 36-yard line.
2nd and 8. Allen now looks to throw. Out to the flat for Lacy. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
The kick by Bass is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 9, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Always got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big play there out of the running game.
Nick Chubb hit 21.95 miles an hour on a long touchdown run in 2019. 4th fastest in the NFL. And he flashed the big-time speed again there.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Play fake, Mayfield. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jeff Smith. 32 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
50 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs.
Play action. Now it's Allen. A dump off to Lacy. And some room to maneuver. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. They'll hand it off. Lacy. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On play action, Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mayfield on play action. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up 1st down, too.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll roll him out right. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. 47 Mike.
Here's Allen. This one complete to Lacy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Lacy. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here we go again. Sponge. No.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield.
And this one nearly picked off. Yeah, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Chubb running right. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the 1st half.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now a 10th carry here for Lacy. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now they'll throw with Allen. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Now Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Bills would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this 1st half. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
1 second, all that remains.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC West. Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. Fielded right around the 8. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. This is Smith with the ground. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A run for Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18.
I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Again, it's Lacy. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Lacy. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
138 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He can't get him down. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 43 yards.
And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here first. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Lacy. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On play action, Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Quick slant here to Smith. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play here for Buffalo. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Browns 43, Bills 38.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Six yards left on 2nd down. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Handoff comes to Chubb. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, As many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Allen. He gets this complete to Diggs, and he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he is out of bounds with the 1st down as the clock ticks inside of 30 seconds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. Finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Bills on one play have taken the lead. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.